At this point, Kelly says she's not even sure where on US 98 this accident even happened, but that's not her biggest concern. She says what worries her is the way she found her son. Well, the city says they knew about this project, but it kept getting pushed back. Then all of a sudden, it popped up here, and this is what people are dealing with. Polk County commissioners are saying they're being proactive after multiple lawsuits across the country argued banning people asking for money is against the Constitution. Well, guys, I have a joke for you. If you want to have a ball, come down to the Riverwalk this morning. I stole that from our photographer this morning. We went online. We found out that the headmaster is still listed as the leader of this school. The new delivery method is not too far away, new at 6. Surveillance cameras caught the burglars on camera around 4:30 this morning. Over 100 years old that I just love personally because it reminds me of home, but it split straight down the middle due to those strong Hurricane Irma force winds. And on the other side of this tree, a Mercedes car the owner just paid for.
I was driving too fast.
This father's story begins on Highway 27.
I was doing about 85.
Though for Micah Turner at the time,
And we rolled the vehicle.
life may have seemed like it was ending.
My daughter, my son, and my brother-in-law were killed in that accident.
His name splashed in Central Florida newspapers, along with a conviction which came with 8 years in prison.
That time allowed me to spend a lot of time looking in the mirror. And I just decided when I came out, I was going to make a difference.
Mercy is when God withholds what you do deserve.
Now on the other side of the gates, Micah is preaching alongside his wife and Dawn Turner.
It gives you a sense of hope.
But this ex-inmate's re-entry into the free world wasn't so easy.
They don't have any hope. They don't have any skills. They don't know where to turn.
ABC Action News discovered about 1/3 of all the men and women who are incarcerated in Florida end up back in prison within 3 years.
If they have no family, they get a $50 bill and a bus ticket.
$50 doesn't go far.
That's why the pair visit those still behind the walls and help those getting out.
Here is where we have the different size pants.
Supplying men and women with whatever they may need.
We're collecting, and as we hear, hey, by the way, so-and-so is going to be getting, oh, okay. So we'll gather up a package, get it all together, get the sizes and stuff.
Already helping a handful of inmates.
Toiletries. We put together little packs.
Hoping to get them back on track and keeping them out of a prison cell.
And I want to end that. I want to get rid of that.
Giving back and honoring the family Micah once had.
I would like to think that I'm making them proud and that I'm honoring their memory now.
In Polk County, Andrea Lyon, ABC Action News.
I see smoke coming from my area of my neighborhood.
The fire is out, the ashes settled.
And everybody just started coming out screaming and yelling and everything.
But for one fire captain, the fight has just begun.
I even started choking. The fire was coming out and I started choking on the smoke.
Everybody get out of the way!
Diana Stewart grabbed her cell phone on April 4th as this Lakeland home went up in smoke. In the video, you can see Polk County Fire Captain right here, Jay Schwartz, in his jeans and t-shirt, grab a hose and go to work.
Anybody who's in that field is not going to turn a blind eye.
Something Polk County confirmed they are now investigating because Schwartz was off duty.
And everything of ours is gone.
But it's this woman and countless others Schwartz and other firefighters helped save when their home was up in flames.
Even though he wasn't on duty at the time, he had a heart and he had a mind to try to help somebody that really needed it.
Just months ago, a similar situation happened in Tampa. An off-the-clock firefighter risked his own life to save his neighbor and their pets. He was recognized and honored for the good deed. Witnesses say that's what should be happening in this case.
I was screaming, there's puppies, there's puppies! And he just ran in trying to make sure everybody was safe and doing his job.
ABC Action News reached out to the county. They cannot comment any further. We also called the Polk County Fire Union, which Schwartz is president of, but haven't heard back.
It was bad. It was really bad. And for him to go in there and risk his own life and not even be on a time clock is ridiculous for what they're doing to this gentleman. It's horrible.
In Polk County, Andrea Lyon, ABC Action News.
How you doing today?
Tent 1.
Good, how are you?
Purple tent, ma'am.
No power
All right.
means no cooking.
He needs water.
For some, no eating or drinking.
It's all for a good cause.
Yet the youngest, the fittest,
We got food, we got boxes.
are spending their time baking in the sun
Yesterday we was constantly busy.
to help feed those left without anything
Some people still ain't got lights.
after Irma.
They say they've been out since the hurricane, so I got it better than them, but
It was just a lot of hot nights.
Some have been through it before.
Donna, and then this is about my fourth one, really.
The toughest part,
We finally got electricity back on this morning.
making it through the aftermath.
We're doing all right, but it's mainly concerned about the grandkids.
The hardest part, asking for help
Have a good day, ma'am.
when you're used to giving it.
Broke a couple of windows, a little flooding and leaks, but that's about it, nothing major.
some lights and debris in the yard and stuff.
But without these deputies, the Fort Meade football
But
team
other people was affected way worse than I had.
and these volunteers,
I know that I'm making people feel better.
No, ma'am, I work tomorrow too.
God bless, ma'am.
hundreds,
Today we're doing okay.
would stay hungry. In Polk County, Andrea Lyon, ABC Action News.
It's devastating. It's devastating.
Doctors gave Marissa Branisavlovich the bad news in May of 2018. It was breast cancer.
I opted for a double mastectomy.
After a year of battle,
It is still hard to walk.
finally some good news.
The nodes came back all clear.
You beat cancer.
I beat it. The end was going to be having new, big, beautiful breasts.
Hi.
ABC Action News was in the exam room
Excellent. How are you?
Good. You ready for next week?
I'm ready.
as Dr. Tutu Chang prepared Marissa for her reconstructive surgery and the risks.
Infection, bleeding, the risk of capsular contracture, as well as the risk of breast implant-associated lymphoma. These are the things that we need to keep in the back of our mind.
I woke up one day with extreme joint and muscle pain.
Lyra Marshall says she wishes she learned more about all the risks before her own implant surgery in 2002.
I remember saying, just fill them up and get rid of the stretch marks.
Marshall wanted to improve her self-esteem, but wound up with a number of unexplained symptoms,
Headaches, migraines, all the time.
continuing for 17 years.
My body was inflamed, puffiness, heart palpitations.
Then she found thousands of women on social media reporting similar symptoms.
Breast implant illness is real.
But it's a disease not recognized by the FDA or many doctors.
It's very difficult going to your physicians because we are so ill and they have no idea what breast implant illness is.
Patients showing up at this FDA hearing in March pleading for federal help.
My doctors told me that nothing could be found to explain my health problems.
Representatives from all 4 American breast implant manufacturers were there: Allergan, Mentor, Ideal, and Sientra. But the companies argued against their own customers, saying the illness doesn't exist.
In this short period of time, we've fortunately not seen any cases we're aware of with ALCL or even breast implant illness.
And the FDA agrees, saying there's no scientific evidence supporting breast implant illness. But a growing number are coming forward, blaming implants for chronic fatigue, fevers, brain fog, and joint pain.
How many of you were very tired?
ABC Action News spoke to dozens of patients across Florida complaining of breast implant illness, including these 4 local women.
I couldn't hold my phone some days because my muscle pain was so intense. I became sick mommy. That's my 2 young kids would, when are you going to stop being sick? It affects your whole life.
The FDA says it has no plans to ban breast implants and issued this warning in May, saying some experience systemic symptoms that may go away when their breast implants are removed.
Vomiting, rashes, my eyes all swollen. They said, we don't know why you had a heart attack. There's nothing wrong with your heart. And the minute I had my surgery, I'm telling you, I was healed.
Breast augmentation is still America's most popular plastic surgery. Just last year alone, more than 300,000 U.S. patients had the procedure. But more and more undergoing explant surgery to remove their breast implants. ABC Action News uncovered explant procedures up by more than 8,000 in the last decade.
I was a skeptic at the beginning, and then I really became a believer.
Dr. Dave Rankin, a Florida plastic surgeon in the business of giving women bigger breasts, is now seeing more demand for explant surgery than implants.
The best candidate in my practice are patients that are very, very sick. They've tried everything else. They've been to a million different doctors, tried hundreds of blood tests. Nothing comes back. Well, let's try this. And fortunately, many of those patients do get better.
But even Dr. Rankin isn't sure what's causing this mysterious illness.
Additional study and research is absolutely necessary.
Lyra Marshall says she doesn't need a study to know she felt better after removing her implants.
When I woke up, I immediately could breathe.
And now she's warning others.
It's not worth it.
But for the 101,000 women each year seeking reconstruction after cancer,
thousands of goodies from around the world,
the choice isn't as clear.
I just want this so badly.
Marissa is moving forward with her surgery.
I pray it doesn't happen to me.